It's a decades-old mystery.
This is a view from the south side of the crime scene. Approximately where Officer Grubai is now is the approximate location of the body.
All leads had been exhausted.
Why can't I solve this case? Why can't I find out who killed this 15-year-old girl?
How could the killer just do this and disappear?
Karen Stitt was just 15 when she was brutally murdered on her way to a bus stop in Sunnyvale, California, in Silicon Valley.
Dumped at the base of a cinder block wall behind some bushes, her hands and her legs bound with her own clothes.
Raped, stabbed over 50 times, and left to bleed to death by a monster.
To cross paths with an evil predator on such a short window of time is like a lightning strike.
When someone is murdered, it's like a whole world has been destroyed.
It changed all of our lives forever.
For every family member and friend who never got answers, there are investigators still haunted by the case they never closed.
It was a case that hung over their heads for decades.
It was in their neighborhood, happened on their watch. They wanted it solved.
Decades after Karen Stitt's murder, one determined cop, Detective Matt Hutchison, takes her case on.
But I was reading a newspaper one day and I saw this article about this Sunnyvale cop who had posed as a busboy to gather DNA evidence to solve a cold case. And I thought, this is kind of cool. Sounds like a TV show or something.
Matt never gives up, and he will use every avenue available to him to solve the crime.
He's willing to kind of get down in the muck, to do whatever it takes to find these people.
He will bust tables, and he will collect trash, and he will get his fortune told. Matt will do anything to identify these killers.
For every story, there's a villain and a hero. And I think Matt is the hero in this story.
You're gonna work these cases until they're solved, or it's gonna break you.
Matt Hutchison, who goes by Hutch, has made arrests in no less than 7 cold cases, leading some to use a different nickname for him, Badass Detective.
I was born and raised in the city of Sunnyvale. Grew up like any other kid, playing Little League and all the sports that I could.
I asked Matt what he was like as a kid, and he says, I guess you'd say I was willful. I was a willful kid.
I'm the youngest of 3 boys, so I had to keep up. I had to get a quick wit to defend myself quite a bit.
He went to high school probably 5 miles from where he does his police work. Then he went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which is a few hours down the road. So he's very much a local guy.
You didn't start off wanting to be a cop. What was your original plan?
I majored in history, and I thought that I was going to be a high school history teacher, maybe coach golf or football. And while I was in college, I realized I probably don't have the patience to be teaching high school kids. My stepfather worked for the city of Sunnyvale as a police officer for 30+ years.
Oh, wow.
And he kind of guided me down that path and said, you need to consider public safety, and I think it'd be a fit for you, and it was.
It's a unique program in all of the United States. Every officer there is a fully trained police officer, EMT, and firefighter.
Basically what that means is that everybody who signs up to be a cop also signs up to be a firefighter and an EMT.
A lot of people want to either be cops or firefighters. It definitely takes a special person that wants to do both sides of the house.
Which one do you like best? What's the difference?
I would say that when you're a firefighter, they wave to you with all 5 fingers instead of just their favorite middle one when you're on patrol.
So we worked on graveyard patrol together, 8 p.m. to 7 a.m., so true nighttime hours.
Corinne is a lot like me. We're like-minded. We're 1 and 2 trying to push each other. If she made an arrest, I need to go out and make 2, and vice versa. My goal on Graveyard was to be as active as I possibly could. I wanted to get as much experience as quickly as I could because I knew that I wanted to get into investigations. I applied 3 times before I was selected.
Once he finally makes it to investigations, Hutch, now Detective Hutch, finally finds his calling with a little inspiration from an unexpected source.
I was looking around for something to keep me busy and keep my mind engaged, and one of my husband's friends was a captain at DPS, the Department of Public Safety.
They put her on a filing duty. And after a certain amount of time, maybe a few months, she went to one of the sergeants and said, basically, "This is really boring. Can you give me something a little more interesting to do?" He said, "Yeah, I got something might interest you."
The detective that took me to the cold case room, he asked me to come back to the bureau to organize the closet and the files.
Your original goal was to make it all more streamlined, and
Yes.
organized,
Yes.
more manageable.
Yes. Initially, I was putting them together for the investigator, but I got so drawn in.
Were you prepared to see the violent nature in these files?
No, not at all.
Carol told me that she was just horrified. She told herself, these people can't get away with this, whoever did this.
I'm not going to solve it, and I know that, but I'm hoping that I can put the data together to give to a detective that can solve it, or at least make more headway or eliminate more people.
For the most part, they were not getting worked. And all of a sudden, here comes Matt. It's like he hadn't found his true mission, and then all of a sudden, he found it.
Cold cases are cold for a reason. What made you think that you could solve those?
They get under your skin, they bury into your heart, and you wanna solve them so badly that you can't just put them down. The very first day that I opened the cold case closet door, there were boxes stacked 6 feet high, filing cabinets with loose papers and things all over them.
It's such a dramatic scene. It was like the attic that you've not gone up into for 30 years. There was one folding chair, so he sat on a little folding chair with the files, and he would have a legal pad and on one knee, and he'd be taking notes.
So many of these boxes representing lives lost.
It was just him, total silence, back there with the files, back there with the ghosts.
When I became a detective and I told my stepfather I was interested in the cold cases, he said, "You have to work Karen Stitt." She's a 15-year-old girl who was abducted, stripped nude, bound, and sexually assaulted, and left in an alleyway.
Blood stains are here and on the other side of the wall.
Every detective over the years, when they look at that case, that's the case you want to solve. If you're going to work any of them, you want to solve that one.
Little does he know, it'll take him another 5 years and traveling 2,500 miles, teaming up with library ladies and a mom on a laptop, going undercover to visit a psychic to close in on the killer of Karen Stitt.